Hello everyone, and thanks for stopping by to Scrap and Craft with Terry. Today we're going to make some book page pockets with tags, and it's an easy project, and I just thought I'd like to do another book page project, so that's what we're going to do today. So if you like my video, I just ask for a thumbs up and check out my other ones. Now I took two book pages and glued them together so they're nice and stiff. And this would go by whatever size your book page is. Mine is, and I had to trim it, so mine is 8 1/4 by 5 1/8. So now if yours is like really thick paper, you wouldn't have to glue it together, but most book pages are kind of thin, so I just glued mine together, and I'm going to fold it in thirds. Now you want to be able to, I kind of did this in advance so I would know for sure that it was going to overlap. You want to be able to overlap a little bit, just like if you're going to make a regular pocket, like a coin envelope or something like that. You want it to overlap a little bit. So then I'm just going to take my pin out. I'm just going to glue this edge and this edge. And this is just out of an old kid's book, so I don't have to worry about any bad words being in it. I think for a long time I didn't do too much with the book pages because I was kind of afraid I would come across something that just wasn't right. And then if you need to trim a little bit, just trim it off. And then down at the bottom, so whichever way you want your top to be and your bottom to be, just go ahead and glue the bottom. And I think I want the wider side at the top, just because that's where I'm going to put my thumb notch. And it doesn't really matter. It could matter which way you want your words to go. So, up to you completely. So I'm just going to glue the bottom shut. We're not going to turn it up or anything. We're just going to leave it flat. And even though we're leaving it flat and there's no gusset in it, there's a lot of room in this pocket. So it's a nice roomy pocket. So see, you have all of that space. So you could fit a lot of journal papers and tags in it. Then at the top, I'm going to go ahead and do a thumb notch and just try to get it in the center. I could have done this before I glued it, but it'll be all right. And then I want to ink it. Now this is going to be a pocket that would be glued in, so I'm not going to ink the back. Now if you wanted it to be a floating pocket, you could have it floating, just to stick it in a pocket or paper clip it in. And then you could decorate both sides. It's whatever you want to do with it. And then I'll just go over these sides a little just to crease them down. Okay. Then I have parts here I want to make sure I don't lose any of my little pieces parts. This is going to be our tag for the top pocket, and my tag is about 3 3/4, no, it's about 3 5/8 wide by about 5 1/2. And then this I've used in other projects also, and it fit perfectly, so I was excited about that. And I inked around it with a little bit of, let me see, it's this Memento Tangelo color. So I used that. I did a little bit of brown, a little bit of my vintage photo, and then I did a little bit of the orange color. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue this down. And this is just another easy project. I like easy projects. And of course, you can see I already cut my tag shape. I want that over a little bit farther. And I inked it. Then let me see, where did my little, my tab go? Oh, right here. Now I'm going to use this on the front of this as a pocket. So I cut my tab out of the same kind of paper. I think I'll use this side for the front. And other than putting this on the tag and my topper, I'm not going to decorate it. You can journal on the front of this and lots of journaling on the back. And then this will fit down in here just nice. Okay, so like I say, you know, there's a lot of room for more tags or journaling paper to go with it. Now I want to take this piece of paper and I want to make a pocket that is kind of angled down. And let me make a couple marks here. I think I'll go over this far and maybe up this far. And I'm just going to tear it. You can make it as swooped as you want or as straight as you want. And I went down just a little tiny bit below that mark. And then we're going to have the pocket like this. So I want to, I didn't ink around this piece of paper, I don't think. I'm just going to ink a little with my brown. And I'm going to go back over it with my orange. Oh, I had to have inked something because I kind of like inked the background just to take some of the white away. And then we'll just add a little bit of orange to go with it. I like the two colors together. It's nice and Halloween-y looking even. And Halloween's almost here. I had some cutouts to do for Halloween, and I didn't even do a Halloween project. So, if I don't this year, well, maybe next year. All right, so now I'm going to glue this on. I'm just going to glue this, the bottom and up the side. I'm going to make us a little pocket on the front. I'm not going to glue across the top or this side. I'm just going to leave them loose. Now I want it to go up just a little bit off of the bottom so we can see the bottom of the pocket. Then over here, just to add a little something to the pocket, I'm going to put this little ticket with this little bluebird on it. 'Cause isn't he cute? My husband and I love watching birds at the bird feeders. Probably go up just a little bit. Okay, so that just adds that there. Then on the front of the pocket, down here, I have some of this I always forget what it's called, cheesecloth. I don't actually forget, I just go blank. It's coffee dyed cheesecloth. Sorry about that, I had to go off for just a second. Okay, so I'm going to put my coffee dyed cheesecloth down. Make sure I'm not folding it. And we can just leave that bunched a little bit right there along the edge, won't hurt a thing. Now I have this little basket of pumpkins, and I want to put that down here. And how's everyone doing today? And are you getting crafty stuff done, or what's on your agenda? Let me see. And then here I'm going to put cheery. Got a few things going today. Not super busy, but I got a few things going. And then up here on top, now I just used my little flower punch, punched out this flower and put a little gem in the center. I kind of curled the petals up a little bit. Once it goes into a journal or folio, whatever you put it in, they might get flattened down a little tiny bit, but you can see it's raised up a little bit. All right, so that's our pocket. Then to go into the front pocket here, we're going to have another little pocket. So I'm going to move this right here. So I have another little tag that is about 3 inches by 3 5/8. And that's going to fit down into this pocket. But on the front of this tag, we're going to have another little pocket. And I'm using the part that I cut off of here. So instead of wasting it, I'm just going to turn it around and use it as a tag over here. So let me see, I don't want to go above there. And I probably want to tear that off about there. I'm just going to tear it. And I'm going to go ahead and round this bottom corner so I don't forget. Because my corner here on my tag is rounded. So then, I don't want this wide, so I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to tear this down to here some. So now you can tear it, like I say, like you did the front. You can go as swoopy or straight down as you want. And I think we'll just do something like that. So let me do a little inking on here. So I'll do my brown and my orange again. Just gives it a little bit different look. Okay. Then we're going to glue this down, same way we did the other one, just the side and the bottom. Oh, I better put the cap on my glue. I filled my glue bottles this morning, so my Fabri-Tac is going to erupt all over. It was trying. So we're going to put this on here, and I'm leaving a border around the edge. Then to go in this little pocket, I just have this tag. Oh, I didn't want to glue that down yet. Well, that's all right. It can glue down. We're just going to, I wanted this as a background, so I'm just going to have to tear it a little bit more. And we'll go back over about here. So let me just fold this a little bit. Kind of forgetting what I'm doing here. So I'm just going to tear this across here. So I just want it to fit about even with the pocket. I mean the pocket. Just to give it a background so it's not just plain. Let's see if that slides down in there. Yep, that'll work. Let me just tear this little piece off here. And then I'll ink this again. Okay. So we'll just slide it in something like that. We'll glue it down. Hopefully I get in there before my art glitter glue decides it wants to grab a hold. I don't have good luck putting stuff in an envelope or a pocket if it's already glued down when I have glue on the back of the piece, because I have such a hard time getting it down in there. Okay, now this part here is still loose. And then we can still see our pocket up here. Now, let me see something here just a second. I have to look at my little pattern over here. I made one in advance so I would know what I was supposed to do. So on here, I'm going to put this little butterfly, and where do I want him? No, I don't want him up there. I want him here, and he's going to sit on our word joyous. Now these little butterflies sometimes are difficult to get off of that plastic. And if I have a hard time getting it off, I'll just have to go off and then come back on. So I want that right about in there. And I have this little pokey tool here. It's supposed to be for picking up gems. Now I never seem to pick up gems with it, but I tried this yesterday and I was able to get the plastic off. So that's good. About the only way I could get the plastic off. So we're going to stick this right on here. And he's cute. He probably might be glary because of the plastic. And then on this part here, I want to put this little butterfly over here. So we'll try this again. Nope. There, I think we got it that time. There we go. We'll just set that right there. So I want to put this one here, going that way. Now let me bring it in just a little. I don't know if I can get it picked up. No, I can't, so I'll just trim that off the edge. There, so I just trimmed that a little bit. And that's how I'm decorating that pocket. That looks a little cockeyed, maybe not. Then on the little tag, it's just a little printed tag and I inked around it. I'm just going to put a little bow up here, a little brown bow, because I thought the brown went good with the colors. And then this is going to sit down in here. So then, and I'm not going to put a topper on here. I'm just going to leave it plain. You can add a topper if you want. Then I'm going to slide this down in this pocket. And the tail to our little bow can come right out over there, right over that flower. And that's our pocket, with lots of journaling space. Journaling on this. You can journal on the back of this tag. So for just a little pocket and some tags, there's quite a bit of journaling space there. So now I have another one and it's almost done, and I was just going to decorate the pocket again. So this is what it is, and it has just this little bird on there with the little orange belly. Not really sure what it is. I like to look at birds, but I don't know what they all are. I put this little flower on. It was kind of gold, so I just went over it with my brown and my orange just to try to give it a little bit different look. And so I put this on here. This is my tab. There's journaling space on the back. And the paper that I used for the pocket was this paper, and I've used it in previous videos. Then I have 2 more butterflies. I already glued this stuff down because I had to be able to know what size my paper was for this pocket. So then I have 2 more butterflies and the word cool, because I think they're cool. And then my 2 pieces here. So I have these ones set together. So I'm going to glue them down at the same time. So I'm just going to go to the back and put a little glue just to hold it. I can do that over here, I guess. I'll just put a little bit of glue right here. Now I think my glue's clogged up. And I was going so good. Oops, stuck to my finger. So I'm just going to put a little tiny bit of glue right here. Just hold it to the pocket. Make sure that's still good like that. I think so. So then I can glue across the bottom of my pocket and up the side, and I can glue all over this book page. And we can do that all in one swoop. And that works well. So I'm still leaving my little border. And we have another tag with the bow on top. Now I want up here, I want my little orange butterfly. So we'll hope this goes as easy as the last ones did. I think my lights just flashed. There we go. Now we can set that there also. And I just want to stick that there. Now, I want the word cool and this guy. And he's just going to sit something like that. So let me glue this down. So what do you think of the project? Do you think you'd like to make some of these? Like I say, they're really, really easy, and you can decorate them however you want. You don't have to decorate them the same way I did. That was just what I decided to do. And they don't all have to be decorated the same way. Sometimes if you're going to do a bunch together, it's just easier to set it up all the same way, and and just add all of your pieces in. I like using that little pokey tool for this. It's actually called a grab and stab. So that's by Derice. I don't even know if you can buy this name brand stuff anymore. So that's what it is. So now we can stick our tag in here. So we have journaling space back there. We have journaling space back there. This is just going to sit down in our pocket. We can put our little tail go right over there, or however it might want to lay. Excuse me. And then our other tag for journaling. So that was our video for today. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. And if you like my video, I just ask that you give me a thumbs up. And I hope you come back to see me for my next video. And until then, everyone, have a oh, and let me show you the first one that I made. Was that it? Or was this it? I think this was it. This is the first one that I made. So that's my tab. So all of these are the same, and I went over this one with my brown, vintage photo, just to give it a different color. And on these I didn't do the same thing. Now back here you can, now this one I cut both of them out, just because I don't really know that I was paying attention to what I was doing. This one here I left, so you can just ink this if you don't want that white showing, or the color of the envelope. You can just ink that a little bit. Other than that, I don't really think it matters. So that was in there. Then I did a basket of pumpkins down here with the word smile and a kind of a mustardy yellow flower. Here I had a couple little raccoons on a little ticket. Then on here I did this butterfly and that one with playful. So I don't always make one up in advance, but I wanted to make for sure that it was going to turn out right. So on this one I did. And I think they all turned out pretty good. So let me know down in the comments what you think. Come back and see me again. Have a wonderful day and happy crafting. Bye for now.